Hey crafters, welcome back to another Crafty Creations video with Kalisha. Today we will be creating a fall theme wreath. For this wreath you will need a sign that you can flip over and use the back of, an 18-inch wreath frame, some deco mesh. I am using this fall deco mesh that I got from Hobby Lobby, this green colored, goldish yellow, and a burgundy. They're all 10 by 10 inch mesh. And then we're going to be using this ribbon. Yes, I know it's a lot. I have a plan on making a messy bow, but we're only going to actually use 4 of the 5. Now let's get started on making our wreath frame. I am going to take one pipe cleaner and place it at each intersection. This is an 18-inch wreath frame, and so it has 8 sections. So at each crossbar, I am placing one pipe cleaner. And then after I've placed one at each crossbar, I will go in between the 2 pipe cleaners that are there and place one in the middle of that. Once you have placed all of your pipe cleaners, you should have a total of 16 pipe cleaners. That's 8 in the center and 8 at the bottom. Now let's get to cutting our deco mesh. For my base, I have decided to do the ruffle method. And for the ruffles, I am going to use the burlap mesh that has a foil ribbon through it. I am cutting my deco mesh at 19 inches and I will need a total of 16 pieces for the base. You can use whichever color you'd like to make yours, but this is what I decided to use as my base color. Now let's get to cutting. Now let's pull out our handy dandy mesh cutter, and I have decided to use the 3 colors, the green, the goldish yellow, and the burgundy as curls for this wreath. So I just added all 3 meshes to my basket that I picked up from Dollar Tree with the plunger handles, also from Dollar Tree, and I have placed all 3 meshes inside of there. And I will be cutting my mesh at 10 inches, and you will need a total of 8 bundles. That's why I just decided to cut all 3 together. That way they'll be together and all I have to do is pull, cut, pull, and cut. If you decide to cut your deco mesh separately, just cut 8 of each color. So 8 green, 8 goldish yellow, and 8 burgundy. Once you have all your mesh cut, now we can get started on making our ruffles. To make a ruffle, it is very simple. All you do is fold the end of one of your sides under, and then just start scrunching one end all the way towards the other end. And then just to make sure the other end, your frayed end, isn't out, you can just fold it under a little bit and just scrunch that all together. And then you'll have what looks like a bow tie. Then you just place it on your wreath frame and you start with the next one. We're going to do this 16 times around your frame. It is best that if you start at the bottom one or your bottom pipe cleaner, then go to the top one and then do the bottom one. So alternate between doing the top pipe cleaner and then the bottom pipe cleaner. Once you have all your deco mesh on, you'll get this beautiful full looking wreath that you can see me holding up. And now we're going to get started on adding our curls. I had no particular order on which way I wanted to do the color. You can mix yours up if you'd like, or you can just follow with however the way you cut your deco mesh. And that's what I decided. So I just rolled my green up first, placed my yellow, goldish yellow mesh next, and then did my burgundy. We're only using the outside 8 pipe cleaners for this. So the ones in the center, you can just fold them down and cut them away because you will not be using those. Like I said, we're only using the outside 8. Don't forget to leave a comment below if you have any questions on anything that we have done so far. I will truly get back to you and try to answer it to my best ability. Once you have completely added all of your deco mesh, you can place your wreath to the side and let's get started on making our sign. So what you're gonna do is flip over your sign and you're gonna paint it. I didn't have a color that matched my goldish yellow deco mesh, so I decided to make a color that matches it. To make that color, I used all paint from the Apple Barrel collection from Walmart. For the goldish yellow color, I went with the Sunbeam, and then I added to that some nutmeg brown and some flamingo red. And then once you mix it all together, you get this color that matches your deco mesh perfectly. And I just painted it on, and then I let that dry. Once your board is dry, then you can grab your stencil that you're going to use. I will link in the description box below what stencil I use. So once again, I use this stencil that says gather around the table. I wanted my green to be a little darker, so to my green, which is just a Kelly green, I added some black, just a small dot of black paint. And then I stenciled that over the leaves that are a part of the stencil. For the wording, I wanted it to be a maroonish color, and I didn't also have a maroon here. So to make that one, all I did was add the flamingo red and then a dot, a very small dot of black. And as you see me stirring it up, you will notice how it goes from light to dark. And I think that the colors turned out perfect for this. You guys will have to let me know down below what you thought of my color grid, or how I made my paint look to what I think that it was a pretty nice color match. Now place your sign to the side and let's get started on your ribbon. For some reason, I lost the video of me cutting my ribbon. I have no idea what happened to it, so I'm just going to explain to you guys what I did. As you can see, I have one long piece of ribbon for each ribbon that I used. If you open it up, it measures out to 40 inches, but when it's folded in half, it just measures out to 20. So what I did was measure out 20 inches of ribbon, fold it in half, so that I can get so I'll have 2 tails that measure 20 inches. And I did that for each of the 4 ribbons that I had. And first we're going to start with this candy corn themed ribbon, I guess we can call it. I placed that 20-inch ribbon down. And then the next ribbon I used was this Thankful ribbon that I picked up from Hobby Lobby. Most of my ribbon came from Hobby Lobby. The only one that didn't come from Hobby Lobby was this zigzag themed one that I got from Dollar Tree. But first you're going to place down all of your 20-inch long ribbon. And then after you place those down, going opposite ways, so you'll place one going one way and then the other going the opposite way, then you can start working on your smaller ribbon. For the smaller ribbon, it is 28 inches long, but once you fold it in half, it is 14 inches long. And so then you will start placing that down after you place all of your 20-inch long ribbon down. Then you will just alternate between the ribbon going one bow going one way and the other bow going the opposite way. So you'll have a tail one way, the bow the other way. I must also say that I did first place a zip tie down before I placed my ribbon on top of it so that I could use that to hold my ribbon together. And then before I completely tightened the ribbon, I slid a pipe cleaner, a whole pipe cleaner, through the zip tie, and then I closed it up tightly. As you can see, I also painted the back of my sign black, just because I didn't want the picture to show through it. I have these cable ties that I got from Amazon, which I will also link in the description box below. They just hold, I just placed them on the back of the frame just to give it a little extra depth. Glued those down to the picture. And then I am going to stick my pipe cleaners through the holes that they have. And that is how I'm going to tie my picture down to my wreath frame. Now you can add your picture to your wreath once you figure out which way you want it to go, where you want it to be centered on your wreath. Once you have that idea, then all you have to do is stick your pipe cleaners down into your deco mesh. I tried to use mine to go around the first 2 wires. And then once you figure that out, you just flip your wreath over and you twist your pipe cleaners together to hold your frame, to hold your picture or your sign in place. Now you can go ahead and place your bow wherever you would like. I have decided to put mine in the corner of my sign above the gather. For this bow, because since it is so big, with the 8 bundles that we have used, you will be covering up at least 3 of those bundles. So you can go ahead and clip those pipe cleaners off because you will not be needing those. And then you should have a total of 5 bundles left with pipe cleaners hanging out of them. Once you have figured out where you want to place your bow, go ahead and tie it down to your wreath frame, and then you can start working on adding some decorations to your wreath. I found these floral picks at Joann's, I believe. I thought they were really cute, so I decided to add 2 of them. For this, like I said before, you're gonna have 5 bundles left that have your pipe cleaners left. For every other one, I added 1 of these floral picks. So you should have 1 free, add a floral pick, 1 free, add a floral pick, and 1 free. I decided to place some glue within the pipe cleaner, and then I tied my pipe cleaner around the stem, and then I took some glue and added it to the stem that the flower was on, and then I placed the flower back on there just so it wouldn't fall off. Once you place your floral picks down, you can either then place your pumpkins down or you can start on your bow. I decided to start on my bow to just fluff it out because I wanted to see what it would look like. To do that, all you have to do is take your tails and you will spread them apart. One tail might be facing the opposite way, so you just twist it and turn it, and then until it's facing upright and the picture shows just the way you like it. And then you just take your loops and start working them out. And this is what you will get once you've worked out your bow to look the way that you would like it to look. It should be a big, fluffy, pretty bow. Messy bow, as they call it. I absolutely love big bows, so this is awesome to me. And then after that, I also decided that my longer tails were just a tad bit too long for the pumpkins that I wanted to put on there, so I cut them down just a little bit more. All my tails are dovetailed at the end. You don't have to dovetail yours if you don't want to, but I love the way that it makes a bow look. Then you can figure out what pumpkins you want to use. I had some pumpkins left over that I got from Hobby Lobby, and they were these awkward shaped pumpkins that I thought would go best with them. After figuring out which colors I wanted to use, I then poked a hole in it like you've seen me do many of things. And then I placed some glue on the pipe cleaner that I had that I was going to sit it on. And then I just shoved the pumpkin onto that pipe cleaner. And this is what we have, a beautiful fall gather around the table wreath. Thank you guys once again for joining me on this wreath making project. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. I hope that you subscribe, like, and share this with many other people. And I just want to say thank you once again. Can't wait to do this again with you guys. Bye.